On a scale of 1 to 10 for value only. Julian, do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
4.
7. 4?
4.
What's going on, guys? Fieldcraft Outpost. That's so weird.
So here we go. Little heads up of what we're gonna be talking about today.
Preparedness.
Yeah.
So look, if you go to REI and you buy a survival kit, there's survival kits that range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. I found the cheapest kit on Amazon Prime for $32. It's actually on sale. No affiliation. Everything for sure in this bag is made in China, but the question is it just worthless crap, or are there some things that are, or maybe the entire kit that's resourceful and useful? Feel how heavy that is.
Yeah, I mean, that's easy to take out with you anywhere you wanna go, put one in your car. It's kind of nice.
$32.
I mean, that's like a family of 5 going in and out right here.
Yeah, there are companies that are selling this kind of bag for $30+ dollars. Let's just go through it. It comes with an American flag patch, which is ironic because it all came from China. And I don't know what that is.
It looks like a cross, so it's supposed to be first aid, right?
I thought it was Fieldcraft Survival's new patch. I should probably introduce you. Andy Moore, a buddy of mine, who has just been hanging out. I mean, we found him on the intersection here in Heber City off Main Street, and he was homeless.
Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out to the Filipino side of me and letting me be part of the crew. I don't know what even to say to that. Yeah, but just known Mike for a while, and my background, I spent some time doing EMS, and we enjoy working on cars and having a good time together.
Well, he's also a preparedness guy, but we did a walk around of his Land Cruiser FCJ80 series Land Cruiser, which is completely obnoxious and overdone. He's got so much invested in that thing.
Yeah, I just picked up a 5-speed
Millions.
for it. I don't know if I'd go millions. Million in yen.
Which is like 10 bucks.
Yeah, so definitely have 10 bucks into it.
All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through this thing and I'm gonna pull it out and we'll give first impressions. I have not opened this. It's been sitting in a cupboard for 18 months just for this moment. All right.
Oh, it looks like a paracord bracelet with an incorporated compass.
This is probably sold online. Julian could probably find it. Online, I guarantee somebody's selling this for 30 bucks.
Probably. I would think so.
It has an integrated compass. It clicks. Might as well just throw this on. Oh, this isn't made for fat people's wrist.
Oh.
I mean, sorry, I can't use that word. Oh!
I have small wrists. This is a child's bracelet. No grown man can put this on. I promise you that.
Should have put it on my wrist. I have an 8-inch wrist. Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
So like the fun thing about paracord bracelets is obviously you have some cordage with it when needed. But if that gets hung up, you're getting your arm ripped off because it will not give. So
wait a minute, I'm seeing some things. It's got a whistle.
It's also got a flint and steel. Flint's on the other side.
Where? Oh my God, what?
There we go.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, so this probably would have sold, somebody's selling this for 30 bucks. And this is in here, and there's a whole bunch of crap in here, dude.
There's
This video's gonna take an
a
hour.
lot of stuff in there.
This is awesome. I gotta give this to my son, Lee. He'd love this.
Yeah, he would.
All right, Mylar space blanket.
Always good to have those in your car.
When you're bleeding and you wanna stop shock, I tell people, like, you could be in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're bleeding out, your core body temperature's plummeting.
Yeah.
And you need to have this to wrap the casualty. All right, blivet or bladder. Look, I always say, when I did my first Fieldcraft Survival kit, it had a blivet in it, a bladder.
Did it really?
It was about this size, half the size. But I learned that, like, guys, you could have all of the iodine tablets, you could have the chlorine dioxide, you can have all that stuff, but if you don't have a way to actually capture the water and then sanitize it or filtrate it, then it's kind of a moot point. That's actually a pretty robust setup.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder if there's a way to attach it to here so that you could have the bag with you and go through the handle.
Yeah, I used to have a D-ring on mine.
Yeah.
That we could just connect it to a bag loop or something.
I'm guessing there's probably going to be a D-ring in there.
There's probably going to be a D-ring in here.
Yeah. That's half of one thing, right? I think there's the other piece. Oh, there's going to be a hatchet in there. There's going to be a hatchet in there. That's got to be a 3-piece hatchet, right?
Okay, we'll see. We shall see. Cordage, or what is this? This is hemp rope.
Fire starting material.
For fire starting, for a tinder.
Yep.
In my survival kit, the first kit that we sold at Fieldcraft, we did have that as well.
Oh, nice.
We thought about that.
Very cool.
We had one of these too. What is this?
Little
chain.
little handsaw.
Little handsaw.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay. See, some of this stuff, like, you would think it's like, oh, that's just novelty. No, it actually works. It doesn't have to be super expensive. Actually, it's really cheap, but it works. A more robust compass.
Can you shoot an azimuth with that?
You can.
Oh, nice.
And it works. This is like a cheap knockoff Silva.
Yeah.
Probably made in the same factory. All right, look at that. You called it.
Oh, there we go. Always need a D-ring, guys. Always need a D-ring.
Whoa.
Is that a rechargeable too?
No. This is probably like a 123. Looks like a 123 battery. And that looks shoe good. All right, we don't know if this works.
We're making it waterproof by applying
But they're like, oh, that's broken, so let's just fill in some glue. But it might work. If it works, that's a There's one LED in there, so it's an LED flashlight and a little handheld. Unknown if it works. All right, hot glow sticks. You're an EDM guy. You like electronic dance music. Made in China. People knock the whole made in China thing, but man, there is some stuff that's really decent made in China.
Save some money. It's going to be a product that you can use. It's going to do what it says 9 times out of 10. So
yeah. Did you just speak Chinese just now?
안녕하세요?
No,
that's Korean. Sorry.
It's all the same. Oh, emergency medical cards, personal information, emergency contacts. Hey, allergies, medications, notes. Hey, okay. Is there going to be a Sharpie in here? Look.
Is that a tactical pen?
A tactical pen with a glass breaker.
Here we
Let's
go.
go touch the back of that glass. Does the glass breaker work? Don't know, but it's pretty robust. Feel that.
Yeah, that's solid.
Somebody is selling that online for $25. I'm impressed so far. Oh,
Little knife, utility blade.
how are they making any margins on this?
I don't know if they are.
Okay, a little utility knife. That's scary. Oh, it doesn't even have a.
Definitely slip.
That will slip and like there's no. It doesn't even lock the blade. This is for cutting off your clothes.
Yes. No.
Just in general. First aid kit. See, I didn't even look. Survival kits should always have first aid, but maybe this is where they lose us. Bobby pins, little bit of scissors, alcohol pads, bandages that probably are not sterile, and then Q-tips.
That's a lot of Q-tips.
What is this?
A finger splint tape. I don't know. That is the pretty small tape.
That's a ring.
What kind of
that's
ring?
weird. All right, so their first aid kit is subpar. All right, we found the first weakness in it. Triangle bandage, like triangle bandages, which are known as cravats, should never be made of like cotton. You don't want that.
They'll once you get moisture on them, they'll start stretching.
Yeah,
and
or
they'll break.
blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a splinted injury and it's blood.
Yeah.
You don't want that. A good canvas type material, nylon type material, cravat could be used for everything from filtrating water, a headband, a cool headband.
like skin protection if you're exposed in the elements. Yeah, for sure.
And then obviously immobilizing or stopping the movement of injury. Is this a second D ring? Oh, there's 2 D rings.
2 D rings, double D.
Double D. Camping lamp. That's cute.
Again, I don't know how they've made any money.
So here's what I'm thinking. There's a big factory making all this stuff. And
they're
some dude's
sending
like,
them out.
let's just put it in a bag and sell it and make
Yeah.
$1. $32 for this whole bag. I think we've already achieved in value.
Oh, I would think so.
Even for the kids, it'd be a cool gift. Like the kids would love this. Take out the blades. Yeah, it's a camping lamp. We don't know if it works, but it has one LED. And then, what?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Light up the whole campground. Get the little glow sticks going, plus this light.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
I mean, this is, I guess, survival. If you're triaging, working a casual, you could D-ring it in, hang it, and then
it's like the smallest lightsaber ever.
fishing kit has bait, hook, and then fishing wire.
Like that's a pretty good piece of kit right there.
That's a robust fishing kit.
I like that.
One of the first items I ever sold was a fishing kit in a survival tin can.
Really?
This is,
5550.
well, I don't think this
550
is.
cord. 550 cord.
Yeah, this doesn't look like 550 cord. This actually just looks like string or rope, very small rope. So normally 550 cord, I can tell you right now if it's 550. Normal paracord has guts, strands. Oh, there's some strands in it, but not enough to justify. It's just braided rope. That's not 550. So this is good for laces, for boots, but probably nothing else. Whenever I see something like this, I think gimmick.
I think that was gonna be a mirror. I thought that was gonna be a signal mirror. Nope.
Yeah, that's all. I don't like crap like that. There are companies that make survival stuff in like cards,
Yeah.
and it's like minimalist survival kits. Like,
What do you do? What do you do with that? Are those different size hex heads?
I think this is for a tool, like a multi-tool for different hex heads that you mostly see in China. Because there's not a lot that you would see here. Maybe, because I mean, right there you can see the different nut sizes.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Then you got a can opener, bottle opener. What's this one for?
And probably a bolt or something. Like you can hit the edge of it and open. I don't know. I always see that as gimmicks. Oh, it has instructions. Can opener, knife edge, screwdriver, ruler, cap opener, 4-position wrench, saw blades. I don't know.
I feel like a 4-position wrench was a pretty generous description that they put together.
Yeah, the advertisement for that will get you. Because you'll be like, oh, it does everything. And you get it and you're like, what the?
Is that a Gerber multi-tool? Nope, it's not.
This is a true fire striker. So this is probably a magnesium rod, ferro rod with a scraper. And this seems a little bit more robust. This is more my style. One of the Fieldcraft fire starters that we got was made with magnesium from Austria, which they have the best rods of magnesium, and then wood from Oregon.
Interesting.
And the premise was if you needed tinder, you could shave the wood and the handle off of it, and then it had a big rod. I like big rods, and I cannot lie. In survival circumstances, I don't want to pull out like a micro ferro rod and be like, I need to save my life because I just fell in a river in Alaska. I want the dude to show up with the biggest rod ever and get to work. You know what I'm saying?
You want that fire to start right away.
Yeah.
You want to feel the heat, the friction, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, don't bring Andy if you want a big rod, because he always carries a micro rod in his pocket.
But it is so hot. Like, it burns so hot.
He pulls it out of his pocket and he's like, really? That's the rod you have? And he's like, hey man, this is what I was born. I mean, this is what I brought to the party. Let's see if this works. Ow.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's not too bad. Look, most of the magnesium rods that you buy anywhere are made in China, just so you guys know. What I look for in a good ferro rod is I want girth. I actually want it to be a little thick, you know what I'm saying? I want also to be able to take off shavings, which you're not gonna be able to do it with this. Not enough.
And create a little pile to then hit that pile.
To hit the pile.
And get a good fire started.
You want that. I did find this. I didn't find the ferro rod, but I found an old Navy version of survival kit. Part of this is distillation kit for seawater, solar, and survival. But you see the size of these are pretty robust.
Yeah.
Even military style kits. So this is a pretty comprehensive setup. You were right. So it had a breakdown hatchet. See if there's a log over there. You want to whack this and see if this is worth anything? Have you signed a waiver? It's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, the knurling's kind of rough on there, but I mean, it gets it done. You got other ends of hammer.
And then let me see, you could break it down.
Got the axe head. Oh, you have another compass.
So that's 3 compasses.
That's 3 compasses. I think the theme is don't get lost.
Oh,
another ferro rod!
Surprise!
Surprise! This is amazing.
A Chinese dude's gonna come out of there.
And a whistle.
What is up with the Chinese and their integration of rods and whistles?
This looks like it's gonna break off at any time. Where's the scraper?
But I do like the fact that this is like the Rambo knife grip thingamajiggy, where you could stash stuff in this. I like that idea. That was the coolest thing about the Rambo knife, is that you could roll off the compass back, which was probably made in China, by the way.
Probably.
And it had all the little secret stuff that you could put in there. That was cool.
I bent the rod.
Did you bend it?
I bent it.
We're gonna get a refund on that. All right, so a poncho. It's always good to have these. It feels really thin and really crappy. I don't know if that's gonna work for keeping the water out. It looks like a little, it's because it's like a trash bag, like a really thin trash bag. Oh, emergency shelter. That's pretty cool because you could use this as a bivy sack. I mean, you can use it as a shelter, but what I mean is you could retain the core body temperature and it's not too bad. Cotton balls, no Vaseline present, so I imagine this is just for tinder. I'm seeing a theme here. A lot of fire, a lot of shelter, which are necessities in survival.
Flashlight?
What do we think this is?
Shovel. It's gotta be a shovel.
It's gotta be an e-tool.
It's gotta be a poop
A
tool.
little small e-tool. How cute is this?
Oh.
What?
I'm pretty sure your son's gonna lose his mind.
Oh,
Leland
dude.
is gonna love that. Another compass!
Is there another?
What are we doing here?
Oh,
That's fantastic.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, that has got to be, that's the size of a gardening trowel.
I should put the link to this and put an affiliate account for this, because this is actually a pretty good deal. I'm not gonna lie.
You stick that in your car, I think you'd be pretty satisfied. You use that shovel one time, you might be in trouble, but.
Dude, you could legitimately, whenever I see these, I think of the MacV Saw guys, and I'm thinking like,
yeah,
there are those stories. But look at that. It even has
can opener.
Can opener. It has this, which is, you could obviously cut with that, maybe. But you could definitely dig a slit trench for poop. Oh, speaking of poop, my Patreon. If you guys want to come to my Patreon, I have the uncensored version of content that we do typically. In the description links, I have both the newsletter, we do a weekly sit rep, and that links you to my Patreon, which is absolutely free. Go check it out. But I like that. Feel how handy that is.
I mean, that's a good little tool. Oh, look at this. This actually has a built-in carry.
Oh, it's a sling
setup.
bag.
Yeah. You might need to lube up with those.
Oh, yeah. Nitrile gloves.
Yeah.
Ooh, nope. A spoon! A spoon with a whistle. You never know.
I mean, that's the chow time whistle, right? Like, come get your food.
Time to eat.
Come get your food.
Oh my God. I was like, is there a compass in there? And look, I'm like, I would have gave this to my son, and that would have not worked out good. Because he would have been like, oh, Dad, cool. And then he would have never told me about that. And then he would have been eating.
And then he would have taken it to school.
Yep, that would have been bad.
Yeah, it would have all been
can
bad
opener,
things. Yeah.
cutter, tool thing, knife, and then
don't lose that piece or
you're gonna cut yourself.
It's gonna hurt to eat. Yeah.
But and it comes with a lanyard. I think that's it. Look, let's assess value on a scale of 1 to 10 for value only, meaning what you get in value overall that's practical, maybe some of it's novelty because you can take the kids.
Yeah.
Out of 1 to 10, 10 being the most value, 1 being it's crap. Where you at? Hold on. Don't give it yet. Let's do it at the same time. No 0.5s either. It has to be a solid number. Julian, do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
4.
7. 4?
4.
See, he's definitely not Asian.
Everything in here is a one-time use, and that would be the only deterrent in my mind. Like, you go out there, you dig one trench, this thing's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, but here's why I'm thinking 7. For overall value of what you get for your kids. This isn't going to, none of this is I'm gonna reuse, but going out with your kids, taking this and saying, hey kids, we're gonna go out and we're gonna do survival stuff out of this bag. That's like 3 tickets to the movies. 32 bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, half of it you can't use because it's got blades on it.
He's pretty generous with a 7.
Everything has a blade.
Let's be honest.
I'm just thinking value.
But I do think if this is the starter pack that you're teaching your kids up with, that is a great way to go.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we can go through the shop and we can pull out shovels that are $200 that are off-road specific. You can pull out one single knife.
This Benchmade was like
Does it have a
$300.
compass in it?
It doesn't have a compass.
So it can't tell you where to go. It can't tell you where to go. So this is a great starting off
no
point.
whistle either.
But when you want to invest in product that's going to last a long time, we also want to provide that kind of visibility to you guys down the road.
That was fun.
I liked it.
I've never done like a little reacts to like crap made in China,
Bro.
but I think there's actual value there, which is why I'm going to offer an affiliate account in the description down below. If you want to buy this, I have no affiliation besides to get I think an Amazon kickback. Is that a thing? But if it's in the description down below, then I will get a kickback of like a couple bucks per.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, guys, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're back. We're back.
Go. Appreciate y'all.
Till next time.